I never imagined the consequences of my actions would come so swiftly, so mercilessly. When I cheated on my husband, I told myself it was a moment, a brief, stupid lapse of judgment, something I could lock away, bury beneath routine and smiles, and forget. I convinced myself it was a secret I could carry, a mistake I could outpace. But secrets like that don't stay quiet forever. And guilt doesn't dissolve, it echoes. It began with a colleague. Someone I had long conversations with over coffee breaks and harmless banter that started veering too far. The chemistry was there undeniable, and I indulged it. Not all at once, but slowly, like stepping into a tide that pulled me further each time. Before I knew it, I was lying to a man who had spent 8 years loving me with a gentleness I didn't deserve. Daniel. He wasn't flashy or loud. He didn't buy me roses every Friday or write poems like in the movies. But his love was steady, enduring. He noticed things, tiny things, like the way I stirred my tea when I was nervous or how I pulled at my sleeves when I was trying to hide something. He loved me with a quiet strength that never asked for attention. Maybe that's why I took it for granted. Because he never yelled, never questioned too hard, never stopped believing I was better than the worst parts of me. The affair lasted a few months. Nothing extravagant. No hotel rooms or grand betrayals. Just stolen time, murmured lies, and the bitter thrill of something forbidden. I thought I covered it well. I deleted every trace, texts, call logs, receipts. Smiled brighter at home. Kissed him a little longer. Cooked his favorite meals. But I forgot the most important thing. Daniel noticed everything, even when he said nothing. He saw the hesitation in my hands, the moments I avoided his gaze, the way my body tensed when he reached for me. And still, he stayed quiet until he didn't. I came home one evening to find a white envelope on the dining table. No flourish. Just my name, written in his familiar, impossibly neat handwriting. My hands were trembling before I even touched it. Inside were 2 pages. The first was a typed copy of our wedding vows, word for word. The second, a short note. Asterisk, I meant every word of these vows. I still do, but I can't keep pretending you do, too. Asterisk. I sat at the table, reading those vows aloud. Each line hit, like a blade made of memory. Asterisk, I promise to love you when it's easy and when it's not. I promise to choose you every day, even when the world makes it hard. I promise to protect us, to be honest, to be faithful. Asterisk. I had broken every single one. And the note, there was no anger, no rage, no dramatic final sentence. Just quiet disappointment, the kind that strips you bare and leaves nothing behind. I called him, straight to voicemail. I drove to his brother's house, his parents', anywhere he might have gone. But he was gone, vanished. He had taken a suitcase, his passport, and his dignity and left everything else behind, including me. I learned later from a mutual friend that he had gone abroad. No explanation, no fanfare. Just a man who needed distance from the wreckage I created. A man who didn't want to be anywhere near the place that used to be his home, the home I had tainted with lies. The days that followed were a blur. My appetite disappeared. Sleep came in short, broken waves. I spent hours staring at our wedding photo, asking myself the same question over and over. Asterisk, how did I let this happen? Asterisk. I tried to rationalize it in my head. I was lonely. I felt neglected. I needed something. But none of those excuses held up. Not against Daniel's silence. Not against the way he loved me. Even in the moments I was least lovable. A week after he left, he sent a single text. I need time to think about what I want next. That was all. No hatred. No venom. Just space. And the fact that he wasn't fighting, wasn't chasing, terrified me more than anything else. It meant he was done pretending, done hoping, and maybe done loving me. I started therapy. I cut ties with the man I cheated with, blocked his number, deleted every thread of that story from my life. I began unpacking myself, digging into the reasons I sabotaged something that had never failed me. It was brutal work, the kind that scraped at your insides. But I did it not for redemption, not to win Daniel back, but because I couldn't keep lying to myself anymore. I owed Daniel the truth. I owed me the truth. Months passed. We exchanged occasional texts, mostly polite check-ins. He asked about therapy, told me he was focusing on himself, said he didn't hate me, but he never once said he missed me. He never asked about home. The space where his closet used to be remained untouched. I couldn't bring myself to fill it. Then, on the day that would have been our anniversary, he called. I hadn't heard his voice in months. It was familiar, but not the same, like hearing a song you used to love, slowed down and made strange. I'm not calling to talk about us, he said. I just wanted to tell you that I forgive you, but I don't think I can come back. And just like that, the last part of my heart that held hope splintered. I wanted to beg. I wanted to ask him to try. But I didn't, because I knew I didn't deserve it. He said, maybe we could be friends someday. Maybe the pain would fade into something softer. But the man who once held my hand like I was his entire world now kept me at arm's length, and I respected that. I had no right to ask for more. Now, I wake up every day trying to be better, not to earn him back, but because I remember the woman I promised I'd be when I stood in front of him in that white dress. The vows he printed still sit on my nightstand. I read them often, not as a punishment, but as a reminder of what I once had, of the kind of love that held me even when I didn't deserve it, and how I failed to protect it. Not every love story ends in second chances. Some don't end in reunion. Some just end quietly, without drama, without closure, just acceptance. And sometimes losing something beautiful is what finally teaches you what it means to be whole.